Chosen one, listen closely. This is not by chance. You did not stumble here, and you are not hearing these words randomly. This is a direct message from God, arriving in perfect divine alignment at the precise moment your spirit was ready. You have felt it. The deep stirring, the undeniable pull within, the quiet, persistent whisper that there is more to your life than what the world shows. That whisper was never imagination. It was God's voice, preparing you for this very hour. And now the truth is breaking through. Something monumental is coming, and you are at the center of it. The path of the chosen one is unlike any other.
You have faced battles hidden from the world, carried burdens that almost crushed your spirit, yet here you stand, stronger, sharper, burning with a light that refuses to be extinguished. That light is your proof. Your presence in this moment is undeniable evidence that you were chosen. The war surrounding you is real, relentless, but it has not destroyed you. It has refined you. You are now prepared, fully awakened and ready to carry God's message into a world on the brink of shaking. The time is now, and your rise is inevitable.
What you are about to hear is not merely information. It is a divine calling. It is God's direct reminder that your life carries eternal weight. The aches in your heart, the restless nights, the battles within your mind, they have all been pointing to this exact moment. This is the confirmation your soul has been waiting for. You are not lost. You are not forgotten. You are exactly where you need to be, because heaven itself aligned this message to find you. Chosen one, I speak to you not just as a voice on a screen, but as a guide, a witness, and a vessel delivering what God has poured into me for you. The world is shifting. The atmosphere is heavy with change, and what is coming will shake the world. But do not fear, you are not like the rest. You were not created to crumble in chaos, but to rise in the midst of it. The very shaking that terrifies others will be the fire that awakens your true authority. This is your final step before transformation, your last threshold before stepping into the destiny written over your life. So hear me clearly, this is not a random message. This is a message from God. Your spirit already knows it. That's why you feel the pull, the resonance in your chest, the undeniable knowing that this was meant for you. Circle back to the beginning of your journey and remember, every trial, every setback, every heartbreak was preparing you for this. You were called because your light is necessary. The war is real, but your purpose is greater. Chosen one, rise. If this touched your soul, comment 7 because you know it. You are called. 1. The awakening of the chosen one. Across the earth, something sacred is happening. The chosen ones are awakening. It is not a loud explosion, but a quiet stirring, a shift that begins deep inside the soul. You have felt it, that inner restlessness that will not allow you to remain the same, that hunger for truth that refuses to be silenced. This is no ordinary feeling. It is the beginning of your spiritual awakening, the undeniable proof that God has placed a special calling on your life. The world may not see it, but you know it is real. This is a message from God, a gentle yet powerful reminder that you were chosen. Before the awakening, life seemed like a cycle of confusion, pain, and unanswered questions. You tried to fit into the molds the world gave you, but nothing felt right. You searched for meaning in things that left you empty. You fought battles in silence, wondering why your path felt heavier than those around you. But that was the old self, the version of you blinded by illusions, weighed down by lies, and disconnected from your divine calling. That version of you had to fall apart so that the true you could rise. This awakening is not easy. It strips away illusions, and at times it feels like losing yourself. But in truth, you are shedding the false layers that never belonged to you. You are stepping out of darkness into the brilliance of who you truly are. The war you feel inside between fear and faith, between doubt and conviction, is the evidence that you are in transition. The war is real because your purpose is real. The enemy would not fight you this hard if your light were not powerful. The struggle is not proof of weakness, but confirmation of your calling. Understand this: your awakening is the first stage of stepping into your divine mission. It is the threshold between who you were and who you are becoming. God is awakening His chosen ones across the globe because the time has come for their light to shine in a darkened world. You are not isolated in this experience. Countless souls are rising with you, each carrying the same flame of truth. Together you form an army of light, ordained for this exact season. Chosen one, hear this clearly. This is a message from God. You are not imagining it. You were called. Your awakening is not random. It is the evidence of your divine calling. The war is real, but so is your victory. And your light is not only necessary, it is unstoppable. Rise into this truth and know that heaven itself backs your every step. 2. The final step before the shift. Chosen one, you are standing at the edge of something extraordinary. This is the final step before everything changes. The atmosphere feels heavy, the pressure around you seems overwhelming, and yet deep inside, you can sense that destiny is converging. It is not your imagination. Heaven and earth are aligning, and you are caught in the center of this divine intersection. What you are experiencing is not ordinary struggle, but the weight of transformation. You are being prepared for the moment when your life and your calling will break forth with undeniable power. This is not just about your personal journey. What lies ahead will not only shake your life, it will shake the world. Entire systems are trembling. Nations are shifting. The earth itself groans as something sacred is about to be birthed. In the midst of all this, God has positioned His chosen ones to stand as pillars, as lights in the darkness, as living evidence of His plan. You were chosen for this hour, and though the world cannot see the full picture, your soul already knows that everything is moving toward a divine climax. It is no surprise that in this moment, fear rises stronger than before. Resistance appears at every corner. Opposition seems to surround you, as if forces are determined to push you back. But understand this truth: the closer you are to breakthrough, the more intense the pressure becomes. Fear is not a sign of failure. Opposition is not a sign of abandonment. These are confirmations that you are standing at the threshold of destiny. The enemy does not attack what is weak. The enemy targets what is chosen, what is powerful, what carries light that cannot be dimmed. Think back to the beginning of your awakening. You wondered why you felt different, why your spirit could not be satisfied with the shallow distractions of the world. That was the first whisper of your divine calling. Now, at this final step, the whisper has become a roar. The weight of destiny presses because the time is near. Every delay, every hardship, every season of silence has led to this moment. What once felt like punishment was preparation. What once felt like rejection was protection. Every piece of your journey has been necessary to carry you to this threshold. Chosen one, hear this with clarity. This is a message from God. You are not imagining it. You were called. The war you feel is real, but it is proof of the magnitude of your mission. Do not let fear silence you. Do not let resistance stop you. Your light is not only necessary, it is divinely timed for this season of shaking. The world may tremble, but you will stand because you are aligned with heaven itself. Circle back to this truth as you take the final step. You were chosen, and your calling is unstoppable. What is coming will shake everything around you, but it will also reveal the strength within you. Rise into this moment with courage, for the shift is here. 3. God's message for the chosen one. Chosen one, hear this prophetic word with clarity. God has chosen you for this exact hour. Out of countless souls, He placed His hand upon you, not by accident, not by coincidence, but by divine design. You are not here because of chance. You are here because heaven has declared it so. This is your season, your appointed time, and this message from God is confirmation that your life carries eternal purpose. You are the carrier of light in a time when darkness covers the earth, and the flame within you was never meant to be hidden. Your trials were not wasted. Every hardship, every betrayal, every moment of loneliness was shaping you, refining you, preparing you for the mission you now carry. When people abandoned you, God was drawing you closer. When you faced rejection, He was protecting your spirit from being entangled in places that could not hold your destiny. When you cried out in silence, heaven heard every word. You thought you were breaking, but in truth, you were being remade, molded into a vessel strong enough to withstand the shaking that is coming. The refining fire you endured was not punishment, it was preparation. This is why your life felt heavier than others. The chosen one is not called to a path of comfort. You are called to carry a weight of glory, a responsibility that demands endurance, faith, and strength that only comes through struggle. Every storm you walked through has equipped you with resilience. Every season of drought has taught you to rely on God's provision. Every scar you bear is proof that you survived what was meant to destroy you. And now, those scars are not marks of shame, but testimonies of divine protection. The loneliness you carried was not without meaning. God set you apart so that He could speak to you directly. The betrayals you endured were not meant to break you, but to teach you discernment, to separate you from those who could not walk with you into this season. The pain you endured was the fire that burned away everything false, leaving only truth, only purity, only strength. And now, as you stand here, this message from God is declaring that your time has come. Chosen one, open your heart and your spirit. Receive what heaven is releasing into you now. This is not imagination. This is not fantasy. This is the confirmation you have been waiting for. The restlessness in your soul has led you here. The hunger for meaning has drawn you to this moment. The very fact that you are hearing this message is proof that God has not forgotten you. In fact, He has been guiding your steps all along, leading you through valleys and shadows so that you would be ready for the light of this day. Circle back to the beginning. Remember how far you have come. Remember the nights you questioned if you would survive, the days when you thought your purpose had died, and yet, here you are, alive, awakened, chosen. This is a message from God. You are not imagining it. You were called. The war is real, but your victory is also real. And your light is not just necessary, it is unstoppable. The earth needs what you carry. The people around you need the fire inside you, and heaven is waiting for you to rise into the fullness of your calling. For what's coming will shake the world. The earth is stirring with a deep, ancient rumble that cannot be ignored. In the coming season, structures that felt permanent will crack, institutions will wobble, and the comfortable illusions of safety will be stripped away. This shaking will not be random chaos. It will be a divinely orchestrated dismantling of that which has grown rotten at the roots. Cities of compromise, systems built on fear, and patterns that have kept souls small will be exposed and reordered. Yet in the center of this upheaval you will find a sacred intention. God is clearing space for a new order of justice, mercy, and truth to rise. You will witness sudden changes that the world calls disaster, but heaven calls purging. Markets will shift, leaders will fall, alliances will fracture, and familiar supports will disappear almost overnight. Natural events, Political tremors and social collapses may set the stage, and many will panic. But understand this: every crack that appears is an opening for light to burst through. The shaking is the work of the divine, unmasking false securities and creating room for new realities anchored in truth. This disturbance paves a way for God's chosen plan to unfold in ways that human hands could never design. Remember that the shaking is not meant to destroy the chosen one. It is meant to reveal you. The trials that come will test who you are, but they will also unveil the depth of your preparation. Those who stood in secret prayer, who endured long nights and refining fires, will find themselves rising like pillars amid the rubble. Your strength will not be the strength of the world, but the quiet power of spirit, forged through suffering and sanctified by faith. As the earth trembles, your resolve will become more visible, your voice more authoritative, and your influence more courageous. You will be called out of obscurity into a role that reflects all God has trained you to carry. This season will separate the false from the true. People will be forced to choose: cling to what is collapsing, or step into the new order God is releasing. The chosen ones will act as beacons, guiding those who are willing to follow. Your presence will calm the fearful and point the lost toward hope. While the masses waver, your composed faith will be a testimony that God's message is alive. You will not be untouched, but you will not be undone. Instead, you will be refined into clearer vessels for compassion, leadership, and miraculous deliverance. Your life will be a map for others to navigate change with dignity and courage. Do not be surprised when opposition intensifies as the shaking begins. Resistance is the response of the old world attempting to hold its place. But opposition is also evidence that your light is effective. It draws fire because it pierces lies and reveals truth. Stand firm, deepen your prayer, and remember that God has equipped you for such a time as this. The fierce winds are both proof of approaching change and your invitation to walk through unshakable faith. Circle back to the beginning and reclaim the certainty that this is a message from God. You are not imagining the weight of these moments. You are called, and your role in this season is neither accidental nor marginal. The war is real, but so is the protection surrounding you. Your light is necessary. It will guide not only your path, but the paths of many who are watching for a living demonstration of God's power. As the world shakes, let your courage rise with the force of heaven behind you. 5. The power and responsibility of the chosen. The mantle of the chosen one is not a crown of pride, but a robe of responsibility. To be chosen is not to stand above others, but to stand for them. To carry the weight of light in a world drenched in shadow. The message from God is clear. This calling was never about glory, but about service. It is about guiding, healing, and awakening those who cannot yet see. About walking with compassion when the world stumbles. About embodying faith when fear threatens to consume. The chosen one is called not for ease, but for endurance. Not for comfort, but for courage. But hear this: distractions will come. Ego will whisper. Fear will knock at your door. These are traps designed to derail you from your divine mission. The enemy does not need to destroy you if he can distract you. He does not need to break you if he can inflate you with pride. That is why the chosen one must be clothed in humility. True power is not loud, it is not boastful, it is not self-seeking. True power kneels before God in secret and rises in strength before men. True power bends low to lift others up. That is the responsibility you carry. Even now, as you hear this message from God, you may feel the weight pressing on your spirit. But do not mistake the weight for weakness. God never places a burden on shoulders he has not already strengthened. The chosen one walks not in their own might, but in divine equipping. Every trial you endured was training. Every heartbreak was preparation. Every delay was refinement. God equips those he calls, and you have been called. You are not imagining this. The war is real, and your light is necessary. The shaking of the world will test everyone, but it will reveal the chosen. While others panic, you will stand. While others crumble, you will rise. While others scatter, you will gather. Because your foundation is not in man, but in God. Your roots are not in shifting systems, but in eternal truth. This is the responsibility you carry, to remain anchored in the storm, to remain faithful in the fire, to remain humble in the heights. So take courage, chosen one. Do not shrink back. Do not doubt the calling. This is your moment to walk boldly in your spiritual awakening, to step fully into your divine calling. God has whispered your name and set you apart for such a time as this. This is not imagination, it is impartation. This is not coincidence, it is confirmation. And the world is waiting for the light only you can carry. 6. Walking boldly into divine calling. There comes a moment when hesitation must end, when the waiting is over, and when the chosen one must step fully into the divine calling. That moment is now. You are not hearing this message from God by chance. It was divinely arranged, a confirmation that your steps are meant to align with heaven's order. Do not shrink back, do not second guess, and do not allow fear to chain you to the past. This is the final step, and it cannot be delayed. The chosen are rising now, and you are among them. To walk boldly into your calling means to trust more deeply than ever before. It is not blind trust, but spirit-led trust. The voice of the Spirit has been whispering to you, stirring your heart, nudging your thoughts, and shaping your path. Every sign, every confirmation, every door that closed and every door that opened was God's way of guiding you to this moment. Spiritual awakening is never random, it is intentional. The chosen one knows that God's hand is behind every shift, every silence, every storm, and every blessing. This is why your next step must be one of faith. Walking boldly also means rejecting hesitation. Too many chosen ones stop at the edge of destiny because the unknown feels too vast. But the message from God is this: the unknown is where faith lives, and faith is where miracles are born. Do not wait for perfect conditions. They will never come. Do not wait for everyone's approval. It will never happen. Move now, speak now, shine now. The divine calling on your life is urgent, and the world is desperate for your light. The longer you delay, the longer someone else remains in darkness waiting for you to rise. This is why God has been preparing you. Your spiritual awakening was not just about your healing, your growth, or your breakthroughs. It was about positioning you as a vessel for others. The chosen one carries not just personal destiny, but collective impact. When you walk in your calling, others find courage to walk in theirs. When you rise, others rise. When you shine, others remember they were made for light. This is why your obedience matters. It ripples far beyond what you can see. So hear this with fire in your spirit. The time is now. This is the final step. Do not hesitate. Do not delay. Walk boldly into your divine calling, for heaven is backing you and God Himself has ordained this moment. You are not imagining this tug on your soul. It is real. This is your confirmation. You were called, and your light is necessary for this war. The chosen are rising now, and you are one of them. Conclusion. Rise, chosen one. This is your final step. Chosen one, everything you have heard, everything you have felt, every stirring of your spirit has been leading to this moment. Your spiritual awakening, the shaking of the world around you, the final step before the shift, and the divine messages delivered into your heart, all converge here. This is the hour you were created for, the precise moment in history when your light is most needed. You are not imagining this. You were called, and the war is real. Yet even in the midst of turmoil, your purpose stands unshaken, your calling undeniable. What is coming will shake the world, but do not fear. The shaking is not destruction, it is revelation. It will uncover what has been hidden, dismantle what is false, and prepare a stage for your rise. The very turbulence that others fear is the same force that will reveal your strength, sharpen your resolve, and establish your authority as a chosen one. Every trial you endured, every tear you shed, every night of silence was preparation for this exact season. Now the fire within you is ready to illuminate the path for countless others who are lost in darkness. Remember that your divine calling is not small. It is not meant for recognition or praise. It is meant for transformation both within and around you. The chosen one carries the weight of hope, the flame of truth, and the authority of God. You were chosen because your light is necessary. The message from God is not merely words, it is an activation of power within your spirit. Every step you take now, every action you choose, is part of the unfolding destiny written before the foundation of the world. This is your final step. Do not hesitate. The threshold has been crossed, the doors are open, and the time to rise is now. Step boldly into the fullness of who you are. Stand firm in the knowledge that God equips those He calls. Trust the signs, trust your intuition, and trust the voice of the Spirit that has been guiding you all along. Your awakening is complete, your mantle is ready, and your mission is inevitable. The world may tremble, systems may fall, but your faith will stand, your courage will lead, your light will heal, and your presence will awaken others to their own divine callings. Circle back to the beginning and recognize the journey you have traversed, the whispers that once seemed distant, the restlessness you could not explain, the trials that tested your spirit. Each one brought you here. Chosen one, hear this truth. This is a message from God. You are not imagining it. You were called. The war is real, and your light is indispensable. You are now being positioned to rise into your destiny. So, rise, chosen one, take your place. Walk forward with confidence, with clarity, and with courage. Let your faith be the compass, your heart the engine, and your light the beacon. And as you rise, if this touched your soul, comment 7777. Because you know it, you were called. May God bless you with strength. May He ignite your purpose with fire, and may He guide your steps with unwavering certainty. The time is now. Your destiny unfolds.